shout out to you guys. That is definitely in my top 3 albums of the year.
Absolutely. There's no, if it's not in your top albums of the year, then like I don't really want to hear what your opinion is, dude. Low key. Hello. Welcome to another episode of the Soul Serum Podcast. I am your not Mr. Right, but your Mr. Right Now host, Clay Bonin. I'm joined by Tanner Mavis. Woo! I'm sorry I didn't give you a cool intro.
It's all good. You're cooler than me, so.
Wow. Let us know in the comments below who's cooler, me or Tanner. Welcome back, everybody. It is another beautiful day in the Soul Serum Podcast set. Hopefully, by this point, you have listened to the Babyface interview that we dropped. Thank you again to Babyface for coming on. It's a really great conversation. As always, remember to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, at Soul Serum. Join the Discord. Link is in the bio. Subscribe to the main page on YouTube. Subscribe to Soul Serum TV. And guess what? Subscribe or follow us on TikTok as well. At is it the Soul Serum Podcast?
It's just Soul Serum Podcast.
Soul Serum Podcast. Yep. Yeah. Same with Instagram too. Follow us at Soul Serum Podcast.
Everywhere. Just type in Soul Serum on all platforms. You're gonna find all our shit.
Right. Well, I'm just happy to be back here, and I'm also happy to talk about a little bit of Soul Serum news. There's a couple of things have happened since the last episode. 2 new videos. 2 videos in 3 days. Was that what it was?
Yeah.
2 videos in 3 days.
Last Tuesday and last Friday.
That is crazy as fuck.
Shout out to Superstar Jig. He's from Chicago. A dope up and coming artist that we just dropped a video with last Tuesday. And then Babyface, which is from New Jersey. As Clay said, we did a podcast with them that we just released. And we also released a video on Friday called The Golem. And they're both very, very good videos. I think, personally, The Golem is like my favorite work that John has done yet as far as direction and, you know, as overall plot and storyline. It just like works perfectly. So if you guys have time, please go over to our main channel and check those videos out.
Yeah, I think the Babyface video and the Superstar Jig video are both very good for different reasons. Like the Babyface video, I feel like John created this like, you know, like that like late 80s, early 90s like Alien vs. Predator kind of like futuristic vibe, Matrix vibe, obviously.
I think that fits right under our brand too.
I think so.
We're like we're like retro futuristic, like mix, you know,
some vials and potions numbers.
Yeah, I felt like that really fits perfectly on our channel.
And I think the Jig video is really good just because like it I've said this to you all, but like it creates, it's almost like that video is not like of our reality. Yeah. As dramatic as that might sound, but like for like the 2.5 minutes or whatever it is of watching it, like nothing is like real life in that video. Including that sexy ass succubus that was in there.
Loki feels like you're in hell with all the red.
Yeah, you know? Seriously. Did you animate the succubus? Oh damn. I thought Mo did the damn. Nah. Fuck you, Mo.
John's on his Cinema 4D. Is that what it's called?
Cinema 4D. I'm really proud of you for knowing that program.
Hey, I be hearing these terms from Mo and John back and forth. Like I'm not the tech like editor guy, but you know, I can drop a few names here and there.
The fact that you just name dropped Cinema 4D is honestly like way more impressive than you know. And then now correct me if I'm wrong, but we do have another upcoming video. Yeah. Right.
We got a video dropping in a couple weeks with Jack Kays again. Right. It's going to be another single off of his upcoming project that's going to be releasing in like either December or like top of January. But we went to DC, as some of you all know, to shoot this one. And it was a very fun and special week, not only for myself, but for the whole team. It was a lot of fun. Put a lot of energy and effort into this, and can't wait for y'all to see it.
Did you all shoot just one video? Or did you all shoot 2?
We shot 2. Ooh. Yeah. Ooh. And then we're dropping another one after the project drops.
And I might be stepping on toes here, but do we have a general idea of when the project's supposed to drop, or is that
I just talked to his manager today. It's going to be like December or like top of the year.
Okay. Tight.
But they're gonna get this single out and this video out and let it ride for a little bit and get all of their, when it comes to dropping like a project, especially for Jack, it's his first like really big piece of work to his big audience. It's a lot of moving parts when it comes to putting it all together, and then the rollout that come after it. They have a lot of stuff.
Takes a lot of time.
Yeah, it takes a lot of time, and a lot of people on his team to be on the same page. So
right. That is incredibly exciting, though.
Yeah,
I can't wait for that. Well, we're gonna jump right into some segments here. It would be absolutely disrespectful. I would not respect me or Tanner or our credibility if we did not do a couple minutes on the absolutely thundering album that was released, Savage Mode 2. I mean, God damn it, they fucking did it again.
They did.
21 Savage and Metro Boomin just... the one quote by Morgan Freeman where he's like, I think it's the first or second song where he's like, "Can you really do something twice?
Yeah.
Are you doing like whatever he says?
Can you really do anything more than once?"
Yes. Oh my God. Dude, you got a good Morgan Freeman impression. I think that is like a really cool way to kind of look at the album. It's because it's named Savage Mode 2. It's obviously Metro Boomin and 21 Savage again, but it really is a different album than the first one.
It is. It has a way more like cinematic feel to it. Like it really feels like you're listening to like a movie on audio.
I said this as soon as it dropped, and I feel this way about a lot of what Metro Boomin has done, but the way that atmosphere was created on that album with this like similar, like these similar beats. I mean, the narration throughout, like you turn the album on and it feels like you're in like a dark tunnel or something like that. And you hear 21 Savage laughing in the background, like
I feel like it's like, it's just like the cover art, like you're going through like this haunted mansion that 21 Savage has you in, and like at the very end, like you just see like 21 Savage with a knife, and like every hallway you go through, Morgan Freeman's like just narrating your way through.
And I think Metro Boomin is really good at that. Like on Not All Heroes Wear Capes as well. I played the shit out of that project, and again, atmosphere. Metro Boomin created this orb, this aura around the album so masterfully. It's so perfectly like that. It's hard not to play every single day because it's that good.
That good. And 21 Savage, like he takes trap music to like a whole different level and place that I don't think like another rapper can like emulate. And like,
I'll put it this way.
Redo, it's so unique.
I think Savage Mode 2 is a really good example of how you can do a sophisticated version of trap music.
Yeah.
It's, obviously he's still talking about, hitting their ass with the broom and hitting their ass with the mop per se. But it feels like, as you said, cinematic, this huge production. It really transports you to a different place. I think Metro Boomin does that really well. And the other album that always comes to mind when I think about this kind of like elevated version of trap music is Rodeo as well.
Yeah.
That's why in 2015, my fucking brain exploded when I heard Rodeo, because I was like, how, like, this is like almost like trap music that I could like show my parents in like a odd way. It'd be like, listen to how beautiful and how elegant like this sound is.
There's definitely cuts on Rodeo that you could show to your parents, like Apple Pie.
That's the exact
like Pray
one.
for Love with The Weeknd. Like just like really good, feel good, like almost like spiritual songs.
Right. Spiritual is another really good way I would say to describe kind of that sound that Metro Boomin makes. It really feels like the memes of like what is it? Is it Tom from Tom and Jerry, where like he's at the bottom of the escalator and his soul comes out and he goes up the escalator? That's how I feel.
That GIF is used so much.
Whenever 21 Savage comes in with that, I just like feel my soul being lifted out of my body.
I just love how 21, like, he instills so much confidence in you, bro. Like, I'd be lifting weights in the morning. I'm just like lifting to 21 Savage, just like getting my workout in. I'm just like, bro, I feel like I can lift 10 times more than what I really do. But
And the last thing I want to say about the album before we move on to other stuff that we've been listening to is the first like tracks like 1 through 9 is absolutely flawless. I mean, I think that you can listen to that album front and back, but the first 9 tracks like are just
gems.
Like I can't even really use a word to describe how well they just flow into one another, and nothing feels out of place.
Yeah. Nothing
feels silly. It's all a very like specific, narrow kind of driven album, and
it's a very versatile album too. Like it's not all just like your typical like 21 Savage like trap bangers that you got like Mr. Right Now with Drake. It's like somewhat of like 21 Savage version of a love song, and then it's the song with Young Thug is pretty fire too, and then you get down to like what's the one song that feels like an old school like 90s West Coast beat,
Stepping On.
That song is hard. It feels like a Eazy-E, like NWA type of like song, and it fits so good, and like it's a great modern take on that sound.
Seriously, yeah. Anything else on the album, or you want to? I got some other stuff I want to talk about.
We can talk about 21 all day. We got to move on.
True.
But, hey, Metro Boomin, 21 Savage, and God, Morgan Freeman. Shout out to you guys. That is definitely in my top 3 albums of the year.
Absolutely. There's no, if it's not in your top albums of the year, then like I don't really want to hear what your opinion is. Low key. The other thing that I've really been into this past week is this entire like Flint, Detroit, Michigan rap scene. Like it's really been bubbling in these past couple months. Honestly, kind of since the beginning of the year, but fucking TikTok is just really like skyrocketing some of these songs. Like I said on one of the other podcasts, obviously a whole lot of chop is by Sada Baby, but YNJ's Coochie, man. It's just like
That's the first time I heard that when you were playing it before the pod.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's one of those songs where like, okay, first time you listen to it, you're like, it's funny. Second time you go back because you're like, wait, did he really say that? And then the third time you go back because you're like, oh, this shit bangs. That's the whole range of emotions that I had with that song. Should we give it a listen? Let's run it real quick.
I don't want to see no one perform with the stage cross. Ooh, I hit her from the back. I beat her doonies down. She said I fuck her good. I make her coochie smile. I'm a pin her on the wall, yeah, movie style. I'm out here looking for the cat.
The thing about like the whole Detroit, Flint, Michigan rap scene is that they're just having so much fun, and it's very evident. Like Sada Baby, YNJ and Louis Ray, BFB, Pac-Man, like all of those guys, all their videos, their Instagrams, everything, they are just having like the time of their lives.
It's as authentic as it gets, man.
Really. And like it seems like a lot of these guys kind of hold this opinion, like especially these dudes who are from Flint. They're like, yeah, we're in a place that's been disenfranchised that nobody's ever given a fuck about, so we're gonna do our own thing because nobody's cared about us anyway. And it's really working for them too. Like all of that stuff has really been heavy on rotation for me recently.
Just the Detroit sound in general has like traveled outside of Detroit. Like I know a bunch of Cincinnati rappers that hop on like Detroit type beats and like kind of like ride that wave, which is like really cool. Like they, like you said, they really have their own thing going on.
Yeah. I always find that interesting when a region can really like hone into their own like personal sound, you know, like when Atlanta was first like really popping off in the early 2010s, like you would just know. You would just hear a song and be like, yeah, the dude's from Atlanta. Like, and it's in Detroit, Michigan is really doing that right now.
Yep.
Anything that you've been listening to this week, or you want to get into the nitty gritty of the Discord?
Obviously, Savage Mode 2. We talked about that. I've been listening to this one kid from Columbus. His name's SB Rich Nooney. Dropped one of the best projects I've heard come out of like Ohio, like the Midwest area. Yes, it's very fucking good. You would like it actually.
What song should we listen to?
Play Still Riding Deep or Yeah, just play
We're
that.
gonna rock with Still Riding Deep. All right, fast forward
Niggas
time.
not my dog, got my brothers with me. Tell them fuck with the plan, and we still riding deep. Give a fuck what you saying, and we still riding deep. Give a fuck what you saying, and we still riding deep.
Well, that was fire as fuck.
Yeah.
Why they
SB
playing
Rich
with
Nooney?
me?
Yeah.
From Columbus?
Once,
Yeah.
that's a shame.
Damn. Hey, SB Rich Nooney, come on the show, bro. I only listened to one song so far, but
Yeah.
that shit
Well,
was.
I was actually on the FaceTime with him this morning.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Rubs hands like Birdman.
Yeah. I guess I should have said that in the news. We're gonna be shooting a video with him soon.
Oh shit! Yeah, you definitely should have said that in the
Yeah.
news. That's the whole point of the segment.
Yeah, I
Oh,
know.
well, that's dope. Well, yeah, man, I really really enjoyed that.
Yeah. That whole project is good, bro, from top to bottom. It's like
As you said, Pierre Bourne-esque production, but for me, it feels very fresh though.
Yeah.
Like it's not like, because there's some people who kind of like overdo that or like ride
Yeah.
that too much, but this felt very natural.
Yes.
This felt kind of genuine, I think.
yes, I think I don't know. He has his like this project just proves like he has his own lane, and like I told you before on the earlier podcast, I'm obsessed with like very unique voices. Like his voice and his cadence is so like infectious, and he can actually sing. Like on other parts of this, he really gets vulnerable, and he can like hit these high notes and melodies that are like really really good.
That's dope. Well,
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to give this whole project a listen, and I suggest you all do too. Anybody who's out there listening at home, that is.
Yep. Shout out to you, SB Rich Nooney.
Yeah, shout out SB Rich Nooney. All right, let's get to the nitty gritty here. Let's do my personal favorite segment. Let's do some Discord questions. First one we got is coming from B Gray. Wait, what's this dude's name?
Brandon Gray.
Brandon Gray.
He's actually the graphic designer for North Carolina's basketball
yeah,
team.
you've shown me some of his work. Yeah,
he went to high school with me. Good guy.
Yeah, Jermaine.
Hard worker.
Cole.
Yeah. Jermaine.
He asks, what do you think carries more weight in a song? The lyrics being said or the beat? I would say, generally speaking, if I had to give like a blanket statement, I would say the lyrics obviously carry more weight because people listen to songs for what people are saying a lot of the times, I think. But if you're saying something dope over a shitty beat,
Yeah.
then it doesn't matter. See, here's the thing. You can say something dumb over a dope beat, but you can't say something dope over a shitty beat. Like, it doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so I would say, I think technically the beat carries more weight, which is not what I thought I was going to answer this with when I read the question.
I mean, I
earlier.
knew my answer. It's the beat for me.
The beat?
Because like, I don't know, when I go back and like listen to songs 4 or 5 years ago, so out of like the modern era,
Yeah.
I hear just the beginning, just the beat, and it's just like it does this like triggering nostalgic like flashback. Like you hear the beat, you don't even have to hear like the lyrics or anything yet. You hear that beat, it takes you back to that point in time, takes you to memories, friends, events that were going on in your life at that time. And I don't think the lyrics can necessarily do that. There's something about like the frequency of instrumental, all the the sounds, the synths that come onto a beat.
I like that you're taking a psychological
I think
look at this.
I feel like that's my take on it. Like,
No, I completely agree with you. I think
not saying the lyrics aren't important, but
Of course.
for this question, what carries more weight? Like, you have to ask yourself,
Yeah.
okay, what is weight to you? Like, what does that really mean?
Yeah.
I guess what he's saying is like, what's more important? But for me, I like music is the best version of time travel for myself,
yeah.
and I like the nostalgic, like, music can take you back.
If a song has a good groove, the rest of it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Like, as long as like the drum and bass like makes you nod your head, you can say whatever you want,
bro.
When that man, what did old boy say on that song? Like the flick of the wrist song. He said, he said something like, "I just woke up feeling like I'm on the moon," or something like that. I just woke up feel like I need 100 goons. That does not mean a fucking thing to me, but I yell it every time I hear that song because that beat is fucking hard.
Yeah.
Like I okay, you got me. You've convinced me.
And there's some beats,
really what matters.
And there's some beats that are just like so good. Like even if there is like dope lyrics over it, like I could just listen to the instrumental. Like I don't know.
True. So shout out.
I think about like the XO Tour Life, Lil Uzi beat, like that just feels.
You hear those the little chords at the beginning.
It just feels like a dream, dude. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like the best beats make you feel like some euphoric dream like state.
Yes, totally agree.
You know?
Totally agree. Shout out to all our producers out there. Keep making dope shit.
Yeah, for real.
And to everybody rapping, quit rapping because lyrics don't matter. Just kidding. Don't do that. I hope there's not like an up and coming rapper who's like, oh, I'm going to watch this for inspiration. And then I'm like, fuck you. Suck it. Okay. Second question. Another question from our boy YMB. He asked this like earlier on in the Discord, but we didn't answer it. And I wanted to come back to it. He asked, who is our MVP, our rookie, and our underdog of the year? We are we're like 3/4 of the way through 2020. So these answers might change, but I feel like these are probably going to be pretty true for the rest of the year still. I'll go first. My MVP has got to be Lil Baby. I think you can make arguments for other people, and I think that's completely valid, but I know that like 2019 was really when he started to break out, but 2020 he just like has skyrocketed with My Turn and then the deluxe version of the album. I think he has become like a household name. He also dropped Bigger Picture, which I think out of like any rapper who has dropped a quote unquote protest song or a song commenting on like social injustice, I think Lil Baby's is better than everybody's by miles and miles. His is like, I think, genuine. And just like name a bad Lil Baby feature.
You're right.
You know,
I can't think of one. But I can't say that I'm like actively seeking out. Like when I see featuring Lil Baby, I'm just like when I see it on the track list, I'm like, oh, I can't wait to hear that one. I fuck with Lil Baby. I love Lil Baby and for what he brings to the table as far as the Atlanta scene, bro. Like somehow all these guys carve their niche. But they're in the same like bubble and sound. Yeah, it's weird how these guys can really like carve their own subgenre of like the Atlanta sound. Yeah. But I don't actively like listen to Lil Baby like all the time.
I got to give Lil Baby the MVP just like out of just respect.
Yeah.
And my honorable mention is Gunna, because Wanna was a insane project that like rocked the scene. My rookie of the year, we kind of went back and forth on this before we started recording, but for me it's Don Toliver, because and the reason why I'm saying he's a rookie is because like, so he dropped Heaven or Hell, which is his second project, and I think that's like the one that kind of like put him on a shelf, like, hey, and the Jack Boys project for that matter too, but like it's kind of like, hey, I'm here, hey, look at me, and like the entire project was fire. The Chop Not Slop version was fire.
I was literally gonna say he dropped the Chop Not Slop version.
Not Slop. That honestly probably gets more plays from me than the regular version.
It's such a vibe,
of the album. And then, as you said, I'm gonna steal your reason too. He has one of the hottest hooks right now on Lemonade, and it's so catchy.
I can't skip that song when it comes on. No. Just for the hook. Like I could do without the Nav and Gunna feature. I mean, they do good for what they bring to the table. Right. It's not Gunna's best verse, but the hook is just so good.
Yeah.
off the juke. Girl, you got me tripping. Like, it's just so good.
And that's like a good, when you're in your car, you can really let loose on that hook. You know what I mean?
Yep. That beat is crazy. Like, Internet Money, bro. Like,
yeah. Shout out Internet Money. I low key for my underdog of the year kind of wanted to put Internet Money, but I was like, I can't. I don't have enough evidence to support that. My underdog of the year is Sada Baby.
There you go.
Because of a whole lot of choppas, because of...
We're going to be talking about that for like the next 50 episodes.
Bro. And Slide is fire too. He's got all those songs with Lil Yachty, like the SB5, SB4, all that stuff that has come out this year. And I think he's like bubbling. And I think he has given a strong presence on the scene without being like this, like, quote unquote, mainstream star.
I agree.
That's my underdog. Shout out Michigan.
Should I go through mine?
Yeah. Give it to me.
All right, my MVP right now, because I'm just on a 21 Savage high. It's 21 Savage for me, because like I feel like there's been a lot of good music to come out this year, but I feel like just 21 is just what I like, and it reminds me of Savage Mode 1 2016, which was a great moment in time, and he just like leveled up that same feel. And it's just like, it brought me a lot of happiness, and I'm just going to replay the shit out of it for probably, it's going to be the album that I'm going to play the shit out of the most. So
totally fair.
I got to give it to 21.
I think that's fair too, because I think on December 31st, when we're like, what was the album of the year? It's probably going to be Savage Mode 2. And I'm not mad at that. I'm okay with that. It can be Savage Mode 2, you know? So that's a good MVP.
Yeah.
That's a good MVP.
For Rookie of the Year, I was going to say Don Toliver, since you did it, but I got I got somebody else. I'm going to give it to your guy, our guy, Jack Harlow.
Ooh, good call.
He dropped. He's from Kentucky. We've been on, like, Clay went to school with him. We've seen his come up out of Kentucky.
Yeah.
Quickly becoming the biggest artist to come out of Kentucky.
Shout out Private Garden too.
Yeah,
the whole collective as well.
Shout out to Private Garden. Shout out to Jack.
That's
fair. What's Poppin' is the track of the year.
Yeah.
And it came from Louisville, Kentucky.
Right.
Oh, God. And he dropped
L's up, baby.
Yeah, and he dropped Sweet Action Project to go with it. Yeah. Love that project. Sweet little 7-song project that gives the mainstream a taste of what's to come.
I think we're allowed to call him a rookie, even though he has 4 or 5 projects out, because What's Poppin' really was
number
his,
2. Number 2 song.
It was his introduction to the world, and now people know who he is.
Yep.
And yeah, from 502, baby. Atherton fucking legend.
Yep.
Shout out, if you're from Atherton High School and you're listening to this, I fuck with you. Thank you for that.
And then I would say my underdog of the year is Baby Keem.
Ooh,
Baby Keem got on the XXL, call. And I think he was the true XXL freshman on that list.
That's a good fucking call.
I love his music videos, bro. Have you ever watched? Did you watch the Hooligan video?
Yeah, that's the one that just came out, right?
That video is so sick, and he like his last project was just like so fire, and I'm really excited what he brings to the table.
The first project came out in 2019.
Yeah,
right. Okay, and he just hasn't really dropped anything. Whatever, I forget what it's called, but it's him. It's like somebody beating somebody up in the black and white picture.
Yeah,
that's an excellent call.
Oh, Die For My Bitch.
Yes,
that shit's so fire. Like France Freestyle, Mosh Pit. Orange Soda was his big hit.
Bro, my Spotify algorithm, I don't know what Baby Keem's team is paying Spotify to play Orange Soda every time I shuffle like a radio or something, but like I swear it's always the third song. I just hear, and it comes in so tough, like I'm like, oh fuck, oh god, it gets me every time. That's a good underdog.
Yeah, I think he brings the best of both worlds. We were just talking about the beat and the lyrics. Like, he's very good, like lyrically. He hits these flows and pockets that are very refreshing, that, you know, it feels new, but it also feels like, you know, it has like an old soul type of feel to it. And he is Kendrick's cousin. So.
I think I have not watched any interviews, I've not read anything about him or anything, but it seems the way that he raps and the way that he makes his music, it seems to me like he has a knowledge of like those before him.
Yes.
Like he probably like has a lot of knowledge on prior hip hop. And I think that is why he made such a solid project and solid tracks.
Yep. I think he's going to be like a generational artist. Like, give him like 1 or 2 more years, he'll be one of the biggest guys out.
Yeah.
So, shout out Baby Keem.
Shout out Baby Keem. Last question in the Discord, and possibly the most important of the ones that we're going to answer today. Craig Stevens asks, between Tanner and Barty, which, by the way, thank you for calling me that. I've never had a good nickname, really. The only nickname I've ever had is Clay Bear, which is why that's my Instagram name. And I haven't changed it because people have called me that, so I'm just like scared to now. But thank you for calling me Barty. I'm going to try and get that started. Between Tanner and Barty, who would win in a no-rules Hell in a Cell match? All right, now...
We can find out right now.
No. Does anybody have a 25-foot steel cage they could let us borrow? No, okay. I'm going to make the case for myself real quick.
Go ahead.
I watched a lot of WWE.
Oh, here we go.
My first YouTube account, the first creative endeavor I ever had, dealt with WWE, like stop motion action figures. I got history. I know all the moves. I know how to really get the crowd going, And I'm in this hypothetical situation. We're like on a WWE special.
Yeah. Okay.
Here. We're in front of the crowd, entrance and everything. And I've seen enough of the Hell in a Cell matches that I think I know what my game plan is going to be, what my strategy is. So I'm going to say myself.
I take you as a scrappy guy. Like you're gonna do like the fucking Karate Kid thing, like sweep the leg.
I'm sweeping
go
the leg
for the knee.
for sure.
And I was gonna say that's the only thing I really got going for me is I've watched Karate Kid like 1,000,000 times. Like I've watched the Rocky movies 1,000,000 times. Like I'm gonna put on Eye of the Tiger while I'm about to fight you, and we're about to duke this shit out.
Is that your entrance song?
Yeah.
Eye of the Tiger. That's badass. I will say the only
drink raw eggs out of a cup right before the game.
Yo, okay. Side note, in Rocky, the first time I watched it, when he like cracks the eggs open and drinks it, that motherfucker cracks like 9 eggs. He just keeps going and go. After the third one, I was like, "There's no fucking way."
Bro, when I was trying to gain weight for basketball back in high school, I used to do that because I didn't like eggs. I was such a picky eater when I was younger. I still am, but like just to get my protein in me, I would just drink like 3 or 4 raw eggs in the morning.
Oh God, ugh.
It's not that bad.
Dude, I just can't imagine what a whole yolk feels like going down.
Don't even taste like anything. It's just like you just get it done.
Okay, based off of the crazy factor of somebody drinking raw eggs, I might give you the edge in this fight. And you're bigger than me. You're wider than me. You might have the size,
hey,
but
we're both redheads. We got the redhead spirit inside of us, so it might be a draw.
It's a lot. Damn. Yeah. Actually, Craig Stevens, thanks for trying to pit us against each other. Us redheads have to stick together. And all of our sunscreen, That's all we got for Discord questions. I like that question though. When we ask you all to ask questions in the Discord, like you can put shit like this,
literally
like
anything.
Hell in a Cell match questions. That was really fun. And now our final segment, and what seems to be TikTok's favorite segment.
Yeah.
Hot takes, baby. Hot takes. Tanner seemed to be struggling with his earlier, but I think he's got it now.
I got one.
Do you want to go first? You want me to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first.
Okay.
All right. My hot take is if X was still alive, he would be as big as Drake in The Weeknd. He already is low key, like up there in those realms. I think he was one really good single, really good project away from being, The Weeknd, Drake, Travis Scott type of like popularity. Even though like the controversy and antics and stuff that comes with him, I think that like fueled his popularity and like
definitely
made him more of a well-known name.
Definitely.
But God, bro, he was so good. And he hit, we've talked about X on the podcast before, like X, the range of that man's music, it can hit a lot of different crowds. And he really had the youth like wrapped around his finger, and he had a lot of power. And I really think if he was still alive, he would be one of the biggest streaming artists in the world. I checked his Spotify. He's 77th in the world right now. He's been passed.
Damn, really?
Yeah, 77th. He's been.
Oh my God.
But I'm sure that was higher when he died. But like,
no, I mean, granted, still in the world,
Yeah,
77
77th.
is really high.
Yeah.
Like that, I would not have guessed he was in the top
bro,
100.
he's
even.
huge.
Wow.
But
you know, I can't argue against that. My only argument would be, do you think he is a little too quote unquote edgy? Like we're not talking about controversy outside of music, anything like that. I just mean like his music. Don't you think it's a little
it was edgy, but like if you listen to the Question Mark album and then like 17, I think he was getting out of like the raw underground edginess and getting to this place to where it could be accessible to everyone. And then just the message and the transformation that he went through like each album, he was becoming this really positive public figure, not only with the music, but like if you watch his stories, his videos, it's just like he's just preaching positivity, good energy, just like, you know, just being yourself. And I think he was more than people love the like comparing, like especially kids of our generation, they love comparing X to Tupac, but like
God, I hate
like
that
as far as like a you know, being more than the music, you know, being this public figure that wants to being a voice of a generation, essentially.
Bingo.
But Tupac and X are not even in like the same realm. You
I
can't
fucking
compare
hate
them
when people make that comparison.
Yeah.
And it's not because of like not that I dislike X, but I don't really feel like too hot. I'm pretty indifferent about X for many reasons, but I hate when people make the Tupac comparison because it's like, it's just not right. I don't think.
I get it. Like, but as far as a voice of a generation, I think he was that.
Yeah.
And to say
I completely agree.
But
with that.
I get it with the Tupac thing.
Damn, that's a good take. That was a good hot take.
Yeah. TikTok's going to like that one.
Mine's this dude's hot take is fucking killing mine on views right now on TikTok. I'm pissed. My hot take is that I think Drake's new album, Certified Lover Boy, is going to be his best project ever. I think it's going to be better than Nothing Was the Same. It's going to be better than Take Care. It's going to be better than If You're Reading This, It's Too Late. Definitely better than Scorpion. Definitely better than Views. You could maybe, I don't know, not even the earlier stuff either. I think Certified Lover Boy is going to be his best album because Drake is at this like higher point in his life. He seems so happy. Everything that he's doing is hitting like better than it could be. He is, other than like Post Malone and Beyonce, maybe he's like the highest of high as far as artists go. And it's almost like when basketball players get in a groove. Like when, like earlier before the NBA shutdown, like Jason Tatum was having an incredible month of February. He was averaging like 30 points and this and that, da-da-da. He just got in a groove, and I think Drake is on a groove right now. And whatever, because like...
I think he's been in a groove for like 13 years.
Yeah. Real shit though. I mean, Dark Lane demos tapes, honestly has a couple of like, some of my personal favorite Drake songs, which is like really crazy to even say out loud to me, but it does. Laugh Now, Cry Later, hit, like to the truest sense of the word, hit. I just think he's just on a plane above everybody else, and I think that the next album is going to be amazing.
I'm not going to disagree with you. I hope you're right. And
I hope
Certified Lover Boy just sounds like
so dope.
Just the ultimate Drake album.
The last time I was really looking forward to a Drake album, I guess, was Scorpion, and I was a little disappointed. It's not a bad album. I think people are a lot lower on Scorpion than they should be, but for me personally, it did not meet up to the expectations that I had, and I'm hoping that this album can. It was
just too many songs for me. I feel like I didn't even like go all the way through it. I listened to like basically like all the hits and then like a little bit of extra. But
that
wasn't it like how many songs was it? Like,
it was like 23. It's like
it's like not too long.
It's like a 2-set. Dude, that
is it long?
I think so. That is like part of that from like 2016 to somewhere in 2019 where people were trying to like fuck with the streaming algorithms and put like 20 something songs on their albums. Like, I hate that. I think an album should never be more than 15 songs. Really never more than 12 songs, but I don't 15 at the very most.
I'm kind of a hypocrite right now because Eternal Take was like 32 songs and I went through that like every single song. I still go back to that and listen to pretty much all of that.
Yeah. The deluxe version is dope though. I think it was better than the original, but personal take though.
There you go. Another hot take for you.
Another hot take. Is there anything else that you want to talk about today? Anything else on your mind?
Shit, man. Not for real.
Oh, wait. Shout out Jimmy Butler.
Oh shit.
I know that they lost, but if you didn't see that Game 5 performance and take away a sense of like, I can really do anything.
Literally.
Jimmy Butler's proving it to me. He really came out here and was like, fuck LeBron James, fuck Laker Nation. I'm coming out. I'm busting y'all. Y'all think we're going home and we're not. God, amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. How could you hate it?
Jimmy Butler was definitely my inspiration over these last like few weeks. I mean, even the whole playoffs, like it was a really cool run to see by the Heat.
Yeah, seriously.
Nothing against the Lakers. LeBron is awesome.
Yeah,
he's up there. He's top 2. We're not going to go into that conversation.
That's fair. That's fair.
Jimmy Butler, he was essentially an outcast in the league. The media really gave him shit and ran with this narrative saying he was a cancer in the locker room, wasn't a good teammate, wasn't a good leader, this and that. Gets a great situation in Miami, gets a lot of young guys to buy into, the mentality and the culture that not only Jimmy Butler wants, but like Pat Riley and Eric Spoelstra and the Heat kind of bring. And it was a perfect storm. And I love rooting for an underdog. Yeah. And I feel you, Jimmy Butler. Yeah. But he's going to get his one day. I really think Jimmy Butler's young.
True.
He's going to get his ring one day.
I hope so. Shout out Jimmy Butler for a harrowing Game 5 performance. Shout out LeBron for making Jordan Lovers mad with this 4th championship. And on that note, I want to remind everybody to follow us on Instagram. Yep. Follow us on Twitter. Yep. Follow us on TikTok. Yep. Follow the podcast on TikTok. Follow the podcast on Instagram. Follow us or subscribe to us on YouTube, the main page, and the Soul Serum TV page. John just put out some crazy fucking videos. Go watch those. Be on the lookout for new podcasts every Monday. Thank you, everybody who's listening, supporting, sharing, and shout out to whoever our one lone stream from Canada is. I don't know who you are, but I was checking the stats and it's like streams, country, Canada, 1.
Let's go.
Like, yeah, shout out to our Canadian friends. With that being said, my name is Clay Bonin.
I am Tanner Mavis.
Thank you guys very much for watching. We'll see you next week.
Appreciate y'all.
Later, y'all.